Hey, on my Travel Wins podcast today, I'm lucky to have Rafi Anteby. Rafi is the conscious traveler, and I think that's really important for what I do with talking to business travelers is not just traveling to see the world, but actually giving back and providing help in need where it's needed. Rafi is the president, founder, CEO, jewelry designer for Bowls for Pace and Domino Effect Jewelry, but he's more importantly coming up right now with the REloading Life Gala in Los Angeles to help the unbelievable destruction of Kangaroo Island in southern Australia. How are you today, Rafi?
Hi, great. How are you, Pete? Nice talking to you.
Oh, it's perfect, yeah. Hey, thank you so much for your time, and I know you have the gala coming up. It's actually an amazing gala that you have coming up at the Vibrato Grill, which is a beautiful place to go visit, even if you don't come for the gala. What's kind of the background for Kangaroo Island and why you're giving back?
Well, basically, Kangaroo Island is obviously it's a small island. You fly out of Adelaide, or you take one of the ferries down there, and it's a beautiful spot in the world that is a hidden gem. Really, I've been there after the devastation. I called a friend of mine in Australia, and I realized, the more I read about it, the more I realized the magnitude of the ecological devastation down there. So when I start to learn about it, I realized that a lot of people that live in Sydney jump on board to help Sydney, but this little island who really suffer a lot. Plus, it has a lot of the vegetation and animals that are unique to the island and do not exist anywhere else in the world. Really suffer a big loss and really in danger of disappearing from our world. So with that said, I immediately jump on it for two reasons. Number one is because I realized the importance ecologically of this island, and number two is because I realized it's something that I can contain and I can really take as a project on myself and create a difference, hopefully. So I jumped on the plane. I flew down there. I saw the magnitude of the devastation. 60% of the natural bush, what they call, or the forest, has burned to the ground. It's really ground zero there when you see it, and include the one big hotel that they have on the island that got burned to the ground as well.
Oh wow!
So they really got attacked from multiple ways. The one way is the amount of animals that lost their life there, and I can tell you, for example, there were around the count of koalas down there was $60,000. Now it's down to about 8,000, and those are koalas that the only place in the world that they don't carry diseases. So it's a very unique. So with that said, it's just like Hawaii, where in Hawaii you're not allowed to bring any tree or any animal because of the ecological impact and the diseases. Same there. So they cannot breed it from within, outside. They have to slowly build it back. Another example is the glossy black kakadu, which is a special kakadu with a beautiful, it's black and it has feathers that have a red dot in the middle. Really beautiful. When it opens its wings and it flies above you, it's amazing. There's only 350 on them on the island prior to the fire. Now they're estimating 50. And that's the only place in the world you can find those birds. So there was a lot of impact. And quite frankly, when you walk on the ground, and I walked a few weeks later, you see the impact. And then you have the people that lost their homes. So that's another secondary attack or first attack, because, we look at humans and they're lost, and then you see the animals and they're lost, then the vegetation. So that takes time. So as you know, when trees don't grow, then the animals, even if they keep them alive, they have nothing to eat.
Yeah, or live in, their habitat.
Exactly. Plus, obviously tourism drop when there's fires and there's nothing to see like before. So the tourism drop on one side, and then with the corona coming on the other side, that was an external attack on the islands as far as tourism. So they're really suffering a big magnitude of suffering. And plus, the main income of the island is two things: it's tourism, and it's obviously the farming. So with the sheep and all the animals that die in the farms and all what they call the livestock, that also was a huge impact on the farmers and things of such. So by coming to the island, I did the right thing. and I came up with a plan. I met with different people from the wildlife, and include the mayor himself, and who said to me, whatever I need, he will support it, because obviously he see the magnitude of what I'm trying to bring in, and
Sure.
I came with a plan. So because obviously, as we said, we're doing the gala soon. So I came with a plan that is a business economical plan that also help the animals. So basically, I have few companies. The jewelry companies is one of them. The other one is I produce events. Mainly, I produce gift lounges for celebrity awards. So, for example, during BET Awards or Billboard Awards or AMAs, I do backstage experiences for the celebrities where I give them gifts. But as you know, I do try to say that I'm a social traveler, conscious traveler.
Yeah.
So when I'm a conscious traveler, I give a lot of experiences to the celebrities. So as far as the island concerned, the first and most important thing is really to secure the animals and give them a safe haven island, what I call. So I create 5 sanctuaries that I chose locations that certain habitats can live with them, and grow in them, and we can do soft releases, what we call, and bring them there and slowly take care of them. So I created 5 sanctuaries that we're going to build, and then at the same time that I took on myself to adopt 40 koalas. So those are koalas that have been affected by the fires. We're going to be at the gala, and we're going to let the people adopt those koalas.
Oh, nice.
And so that's going to be the second thing. The third program that we're doing is an food outreach program, which, because of the fires, a lot of the wild animals stay in the fired areas and in the, with charcoal and nothing, and dirt basically. So we need to bring them food until there's going to be 2 winters. Within 2 winters, the nature has its way to correct itself and to regrow. But for now, we need to bring some food that will include dry food and wet food, like carrots and things of that nature. So I need to bring about 1 ton a month of food to the island, which is not much. It's about $1,000 a month, but we need to do those 12 months so that the volunteers on the ground can go to the different food locations, and put it for the kangaroos and the wallabies and all those animals that are running around and don't have food right now. So those are the 3 programs that I'm really focusing in the immediate, and that's what the gala going to help immediate. Then after that, when I do my galas, when I do my gift lounges for
Right.
the Billboard Awards and those things, then I'm going to give uh, all the celebrities and the VIPs the opportunity to go to the island for 4 nights for free and work with the animals, see the beauty of the island. There's some parts that have not burned, so they can be there, experience amazing, things like swimming with dolphins in nature. Again, it's not like in a closed area. It's like you just go to the water and you swim with them, and have really beautiful, they cook for you there. It's really a nice experience, all in all. It's like I said, it's one of the most beautiful gems of the world that everybody should go there and look at it. So, and there's beehives, 600 of them. There's 1,100, 600 got burned, but 500 still stay there. And those are beehives that have very special honey that you won't find anywhere in the world. All those things people will be able to experience. So that's the long term. So I think if I can, within the year, fix the animal situation plus help the tourism, then by self-sustaining themselves, they will be able to grow back even bigger and stronger than before. And that's my plan.
Well, that is an awesome plan. One of the things I read up on that getting ready for this interview was that Kangaroo Island is still open for tourism. So one of the things that would definitely help them would be tourists still going there.
Absolutely.
Because they rely so heavily on that money.
If I can tell you the truth, right now, the tourism, just as tourism, going to be good. So there's like the wilderness, KI Wilderness, which is KI stands for Kangaroo Island. Yeah, so KI Wilderness Tourism, it's a group that really takes tourists and show them everything, and they been on the ground with me, amazing people. But over and above, people right now say, oh, I want to go out, I want to hold a koala, I want to help. And quite frankly, until the sanctuaries are not open, I wouldn't recommend people to come to try to volunteer, because that interrupts actually. The
Right.
volunteering process right now is not necessary because the only people on the ground are people that know how to handle wild koalas or wild kangaroos. They know, because I give you an example. I might go and see that a kangaroo is injured, and I will pick it up or try to catch it so I can bring it to a place, to a station, or with veterinarians' help and all that. And meanwhile, that kangaroo island is better off. I mean, that kangaroo a species is maybe better off, and the injury is okay where he can survive himself. And by taking him out of the pack, what they call, or what they call it, the mob, you actually take him out of one of his babies. You don't know what's the situation.
Yeah.
So there are people on the ground that are experts. They go there, they do the work. I flew with them. They taking helicopters. Um, they take special cameras that can see at night and see where the koalas on the trees. We might think that the trees don't have green, but we know that they have green. So there's a lot of issues that need to be taken into consideration. So I would recommend to people who want to go on the island and travel there, definitely to go there. There's a lot of beautiful places to stay right now that are private homes. The main hotel did get burned to the ground, but there are private homes that amazingly beautiful. And there's a lot of them you can go and book them, stay on the island 4 or 5 days, and that will help definitely. And then when we start with the sanctuaries, which is going to take probably 2 months from now, because I'm going there right after the gala and putting it together, and it's going to be fenced and everything, and then they will be able even to go there and work with the animals. Um, and I'm going to make sure that once in a while, some koalas, when they get in the end of the day, we really want them to get released back to nature. So some of the most fortunate one will be able even to go and help them to release them to nature, which is a beautiful experience by itself.
Yeah, and it's one of the things that I like to get across to people too is Kangaroo Islands. It's a smaller island, but it's not small. It's about 45 miles in width.
Yeah,
I mean,
I since I came back there, I think it's like 150 kilometers actually.
yeah,
So it's lengthwise. So it's not a small island at all, and like that's why I said there's some parts of the island that's not burnt and they're green and they're beautiful. And my friend Hugh, he's got a house on the island that he's like that he rents. It's just gorgeous, and he have 130 miles of square miles acres, of land that nothing was touched, and there's trees that's been hundreds of years there, and we could see like eagle nests and a lot of things there that are amazing, and kangaroos and Joy, which is kangaroo baby, and all those things.
wow, that's
So
crazy.
yes, it's a big island. It's a big island.
Yeah, it's when I go to Hawaii for my work, and I go on the Big Island, and people are surprised that the largest cattle ranch in the United States at one time was on the Big Island of Hawaii, and I'm like, well, it's a big island.
It's also a beautiful island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go there to Manalani Resort a lot, which I like. Yeah, one of the places. It's
So
also nice.
the gala that's
Yeah.
going to be 2 weeks from when this episode airs is in Los Angeles. Like I said, it's at the
Mhm.
Vibrato Grill, which is Herb Albert's. I mean, if you've never gone to the Vibrato Grill, it's the strangest kind of surreal retail strip mall, beautiful music venue that you'll ever go to.
Mhm.
Your hosts are Jamie Foxx and Renee Bargh. And you'll be there, obviously. You have a lot of
Yeah.
celebrities. How can people? Is there a website, or how can people find out more about the gala?
Yes. REloadingLife.org /gala. That's the place. I mean, if you go to Reloading Life, it will also direct you to that. But reloadinglife.org /gala is where you can go and look and buy tickets and what have you. And yes, Jamie Foxx immediately is a good friend of mine, and immediately jumped on board and said, Rafi, whatever you need, I'm in. And he's going to host the event, and he's even considering of coming after that with me to make sure that all the money is there and we're doing the work. And Renee Bargh also, she's Australian native, so she jumped on board and helped us as well. And going to invite a lot of help from Australian people from the entertainment world. It's going to be, Herb Alpert. Herb Alpert is been my Tai Chi student for many, many years, and he's almost like my student at the same time my father. So
Yeah.
he was kind enough to give us the restaurant to help that cause and help in many other ways with his daughter Eden, who runs the restaurant
Yep.
with him. And we're gonna have a very interesting night. We've got people like Louis Price, the former singer from the lead singer of the Temptations, who's gonna perform there. We got Danny Serafin, the drummer and former member and the original member of Chicago, who is going to run the music part of that altogether. We got a lot of good, people that's going to come and support. Some people from Earth, Wind, and Fire, Chris North, Sheila E. So it's going to be a very what I don't call it just celebrity started, but high conscious celebrity started event, because it's people that really jump on board and said, "Hey, Rafi, we're in. Let us know what you need from us." So that's a cool thing.
How did you become the conscious traveler? How does that work?
It's I guess life shape you if you let it shape you. I was myself a Taoist monk for Kung Fu in China for 2 years. I truly believe in Tao, which means in Chinese the past or the way. And I think when you let really life shape you to who you are, then you'll slowly find your real purpose. I've been traveling the world in many places. I study art. I study martial arts. I study healing art. So I've been to Africa, I've been to China, I've been to Tibet. And the more I go, the more I see the need of giving back, not only from the perspective of what they need, what I need as a traveler. Every time that I stop in a place, and rather than start to see, oh, what can I take? Can I take another picture with the animal? Can I take that? Can I take that? I just said, what the place needs. And then you start to open up to the local people, to the local cultures, and then everybody sees you in a different light, and then you might see yourself in a different light, and then it become a not only that they're going to open up to you the world that you haven't seen, but you're also going to see yourself in a most humble way, because suddenly you see, okay, what I have is a lot, because some people don't have nothing compared to what I have. So I realized that to be a conscious traveler is really to go around the world, see places, and then seek for what they need from what can you really leave behind that's going to make an impact. So I start, I go to Africa. I used to live there. I teach there martial arts for kids in the Rabi Ridge and other townships, to kids that are, that are less fortunate and they don't have money, and then sometimes don't even have food on the table. And then, I went to Burma. I was teaching kids over there. And different places need different things. Some places will need water supply. Some people will need just clothes. Some people will need school supply. But, you go to Cambodia and you go to Siem Reap and you go to some places where all the Vietnamese refugees there, and you just bring the kids candy. And the smile and hugs and love that you get from them is priceless, and it makes you 1,000 times more happy about your travel than if you just go there and take a picture of the Angkor Wat or those places. So it's really, that's what creates for me. I'm just enjoying it, and I think if the world and the people that travel will see that, and even if you go for a business meeting, I was just talking to my friend Ray, who is executive at BT, and he traveled the world a lot because he see a lot of his clients. But wherever he go, he's always the same. He look if there's a place that he can help a kid, or there's a community that is in need. And it's such a beautiful thing, because then the reward is 10 times fold, if not more.
See, and that's a whole different way of thinking than most of the business travelers. You know what I mean? I think a lot of business travelers get caught up into what they need to accomplish for that trip versus how can they give back to the local museums or the local parks or anything like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's the local the here is the thing that the conscious traveler, people say to me, well, I don't travel much. Well, you don't need to travel much. Mm-hmm. I tell you where it starts. When you go to the beach, pick up the piece of plastic that you see on the sand. Start with that. You just save life. You don't even aware of that. You just save the life.
Yeah.
So once you understand, once you do a small action, I was in my life. I was a world champion in Kung Fu, and I practiced many years. So I used to teach, and I have over 4,000 students that I taught throughout my life. And a lot of people come to me for advice on training, and they say to me, Rafi, we haven't been training, so we don't know where to start. Sorry about the noise. So here you go. Somebody didn't train.
Exactly.
We let it pass for a second. But I said to them, how about go downstairs from your home, wherever you are, and walk around the block? Just walk around the block. And when you just activate that for a second, then you see, oh, I walked around the block. That felt really good. Then the next day, you're going to walk 2 blocks, 3 blocks. And then someone said, well, I walk so much, so maybe I shouldn't eat what I ate before, because why would I walk so much and spend time? Now you get a guilty, you understand?
Yeah.
So you get the guilty conscience going. But one triggers the other, and before you know, you become really in love with the training and what it does to your body and to your soul. So the same thing is with that. If you don't travel, that's fine. But when you go on a hike, when you go to the beach, wherever you go, you see a piece of plastic, you must know, or a straw or something. You must remember, it's going to kill a bird, it's going to kill a sea lion, it's going to kill a fish, it's going to kill something. And slowly you start to feel it. I'm not preaching on being vegan or being that. I'm just preaching about normal care to the surrounding of yourself. Because in the end of the day, you're going to go and complain, oh, I went to the beach and the water is so filthy. Well, you know what?
Did you do something
with us?
Yep.
Right? Exactly.
Well, I know
So,
last summer, right along that same line, there's a professional beach volleyball player named Jeremy Casebeer, and he offered a free clinic. He's an AVP winning champion volleyball player. He offered a free clinic, except you had to spend 15 to 20 minutes cleaning up trash on the beach. So
unbelievable.
He offered up his services to teach kids and all that for a free clinic, as long as you help clean up. And he provided the bags, and we walked around and picked up trash, and it took almost nothing. And then you look at how much trash we picked up in that 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever. It was incredible.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you know what? I'm thinking about all those people who run all the time on the beach, right? All the time. Do jogging. Run with a plastic bag and fill it up on the way. First of all, your exercise is going to be much better, because the stopping in the middle of the run and then bending and things, that kind of cut your cardiovascular system, and you're changing it, so it even make it harder. So it's actually good for you, And at the same time, you did something good. So if you run and you pick up one bag and throw it, man, you've done a lot more for your exercise and a lot more for the humanity. So it's a simple thing.
And I was just saying, it takes almost no effort.
Exactly. And the effort that you do is for your own health as well. So it's really a win-win.
I was just going to say,
people just need to be more aware of that. It's not it's just awareness, and I think people are more aware for many things. We have social media today, so I try on my social media all the time to show what's needed, and hopefully people will push more and more in this direction, and see more. And by the way, when I do my gift lounges, everybody know I'm very specific about what I allow in my gift lounge, the brands that come to my gift lounge. I make sure that those are brands that are social conscious, and have some kind of a meaning behind it.
Well, yeah, and you want to make sure that everything represents you. And
absolutely.
So it is what you carry and what you're selling, what you're giving away.
Absolutely.
Even. Yeah.
Absolutely. Obviously, I love the lifestyle. I have beautiful hotels like the Noble Hotel for Miami that we do give to the celebrities, and then we have maybe some alcohol and spirits because people come, they drink, and it's all good. But I'm not promoting cigars in my events, not because I think so. If anybody wants to smoke cigar, that's fine. But I think from health reasons, I'd rather not to. I don't promote. I don't promote. There's certain things that I don't promote any guns. Obviously, with Bullet for Peace, I won't promote it. So any guns or guns. And again, I'm not political at all. So I don't say about carry a gun, don't carry a gun. But in my events, I don't promote those kind of things. And it's more about recyclable things and brands that have, I do show a lot of lifestyle, and when I walk because I walk the trade shows, so I walk the magic trade shows and those trade shows for fashion, and I always look for something that is up and next, and like I won't deal with any fur for sure. It's something that I don't touch. But again, if somebody does a leather goods, I'm not going to go and go crazy about it. But unless if it's suddenly indigenous or indigenous animals or it's crocodile or things like that, then I won't touch it.
Yeah.
But you have to know, you have to be socially conscious. At the same time, you must understand we live in a world that people are still, like to eat meat and do things. So you cannot all the time be in the face and say, don't do this, don't do that. Each to its own. But at the same time, you know what? If you eat meat, just be conscious of what kind of meat it is, and if you wear leather, then be conscious of what kind of leather. Those kind of things. If you carry a gun, be conscious about that too. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's a deeper
what.
level of thinking, though.
Yeah, yeah, but I think people getting there, and then
Oh
I
yeah.
think the new generation. I don't even know anymore what it's called. Is it Z generation or X generation? But the next generation, that yeah, it's like every time they come with another letter for them, I think we ran out of letters now. but I think that it's a generation that's going to really. I think that with the fact that everybody worry about all the social media and the phones and that they're all like avatar kind of world, I think that they're going to wake up to a reality where they might be able to change. The other day I signed up to TikTok, There's people
Yeah.
said to me, why are you signing to TikTok? That's a kid thing. And I said, exactly. Because if I can push my influence and I can show them how to travel, maybe I'll be able, and I get the following on those kids, I'll probably get them to be aware of a new way of living. And maybe I can show them something that they don't even know, you know?
What
So,
I always have this struggle. Yeah, I'm 52, and a lot of people my age and my generation say, "Oh, social media, it's this, it's that," and I go, "Look, you can use it for good or bad." And
absolutely.
social media can be great because I now have started a podcast talking to people that travel around the world, like yourself, who's actually helping the environment, and I get to share that, and it can go out to 60 plus countries now. So
Absolutely,
use
you're
it.
right. I totally agree with you. I think that social media is what you make of it, and as long as and it's like anything else in the world. As long as you understand that social media is there to work for you, and you're not working for social media, then you understand the game.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And quite frankly, I tell you, I'm from Israel originally. I keep Facebook because that's the only communication I have with my childhood friends from Israel and things like
Sure.
that. Because they still see Facebook as their go-to for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, that is what it
Um,
is.
I keep exactly, exactly. I keep Instagram because that's the place where I can really convey my message um, to the world as far as what I do with conscious traveler and things of that nature. So it becomes really the lifestyle that I want to show. And then I keep Twitter, but I'm not very active on it. I think that Twitter is more political, if you can say statements. So
Hmm.
I'm not very much on that. And then TikTok now is, I think, it's something that people should look at because it's nice videos, it's young, it's fresh, and I think that if you want to convey a message to the youth, then you should be on that. If not, there's no reason for that to be on that. But that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
That's my take on social media. And I'm not a big expert. I don't have millions yet, but I just think that it's a very good tool for people that want to convey hopefully good and positive messages to the world.
And I don't think you need the millions. I mean, of course, I would like more listeners to my show and all that, but I'm thankful for the ones that do listen. And then it still blows me away the countries that have listened to my show and to my guests. It's just so I'm thankful for what I
It's
have.
strange, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You sometimes you get suddenly person that come from a country that you wouldn't even think that it shows the right or it's Erder or whatever, and then suddenly people call you and come with ideas that are amazing, because again it's cultures. So that's the one thing that is good because there's no borders to social media.
Yeah.
There's really no borders, and then I meet people, and again I'm Israeli, and I meet people from Saudi Arabia and from Kuwait and all kind of places that it's like, wow, that's cool because I wouldn't be able to connect with those people if not the social media.
If
And
somebody,
and
oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Rafi. I was just going to say, somebody in the country of Kiribati listened to my show.
Really?
which is a 32 island atoll on the Dateline out in the South Pacific. And I was like,
Wow.
I had to look it up. I'd never even heard of it.
I never heard. I'm like Kiribati. I'm like, really? I'm like thinking to myself, where is it? I'm South Dakota, but yes,
It's spelled
crazy, right?
Kiribati, but there's no T in their language, so it's pronounced Kiribati. So I did research on it. So now I learned something about something new because of somebody that listened to my show.
You see?
Yeah.
And there's so many. I'm telling you, you've got people following, and then you got people that especially now when I do the conscious traveler, people ask me, hey, can you see what the problem is? So you learn about issues. You learn about people's pain as well, which you should be aware. You should be aware if somebody has an issue.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that there's some exotic places in the world that don't need much. You must remember, we live in America. We good. We good. What I say, we really have it. No matter how much money you make, if it's not much, it's still much more than many other countries that suffer. So, you learn about other countries that, hey, my $5 can make a big difference there. It's like ridiculous money sometimes can make a huge difference for people somewhere else. So it's important that we know those places, we know the people, and then it's good. I think it helps everybody.
Absolutely. One last question I have for you is I tend to ask all my business travelers, how do you, you just took a 24-hour flight. How do you fill up that time? Are you focused on work, on getting the word out, or are you sleeping, listening to music, getting caught up on movies? How do you fill up that time?
I tell you what, it's in my default. I don't like to take any substance to make me fall asleep. So probably in flight, for some reason, when I go on a flight, let's say that I get on the flight, the first thing I do is actually I close my eyes, and when it takes off, I somehow, for some reason, always asleep for like 1 hour. Then I wake up for the food. That's my thing. And then I stay up all the time. I don't go to sleep, and I always buy the what you call the Wi-Fi if I can, if there is one.
Yeah.
And when I'm on the Wi-Fi, depends again. If the Wi-Fi is strong enough, I will work on my website or
your
whatever.
events or anything, yeah.
Exactly. And if not, then I'll pick up a TV show or something that I like on Netflix, and I'll watch it through the flight. Now, if I don't sleep on the flight and I stretch for the night, meaning if I go, let's say that I flew through the night and then I'll land in LA. Let's say I'm coming back, I'm landing in LA at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll still stretch it as much as I can until the night. I will go straight to work, and then I wake up the next day and I'm good without a jet lag. My jet lag is minimal. It's really minimal. So
that's key for a lot of business travelers.
Yeah.
How to deal with jet lag.
It's a tough one, but I'm telling you, I've been doing it now. I think I went to Thailand to work with the elephants in Chiang Mai. That was like half a year ago. And when I went there, I was watching it out of all a Turkish show, actually, a very nice one. And it's a long show. Turkish, they experts in putting 400 episodes, 500 episodes,
Yeah.
But I watched that on Netflix, and I watched it all through the flight, there and back, came back, didn't have any jet lag. I just didn't have a jet lag. Maybe I was tired, but not jet lag.
Yeah.
Stretched it till the night, woke up the next day, and back to normal. So it's kind of working for me, but I don't know if it works for everybody. Quite frankly, we all build very differently. Some people just sleep through the flight,
Yeah, I mean, my oldest daughter gets on a plane and falls asleep and wakes up when we land.
No, really?
My younger daughter can't sleep on a plane to save her life. So
yeah. I flew to Miami I think it was a few weeks ago. I flew to Miami, take a red eye. Again, didn't sleep at all. That was something actually. That was different actually. I took a red eye. I didn't sleep. I woke up. I got in the morning, 6 o'clock. Went to sleep 6 o'clock until like 11 o'clock, and then I was good to go. So it really also depends on your business thing. In Miami, it was kind of I work with a Noble Hotel. I do some events there, So I was trying to really I had the luxury to sleep 3 hours during the morning, so that's what I did. And again, I stretch until the night, until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm really tired, and the next day I'm good.
It all
I
matters.
think the main thing is really to stretch the daytime as much as you can without going to sleep. People that feel that they're tired and at 2 or 3 o'clock they go to sleep, they wake up in the evening and then they can sleep again. They don't adjust themselves.
Agreed.
Yeah. So that's what I try. But I guess
Yeah, I appreciate it.
it's good problems to have, I say, because that means you travel
Yeah.
a lot, right?
Yeah. It could be so much worse. Well, hey, I want to thank you for your time. I don't want to take up too much more of your time.
No problem.
What's the best way for people to reach out to you? Is it going to be Instagram, Facebook?
Yes, Instagram. If they go on my Instagram, they can always DM. I look at all my messages. It's Rafi, RAFI _ Anteby, ANTEBY. So Rafi _ ANTEBY. And I'm always there, and people can DM me and send me messages and suggestions or requests or whatever it is. And I'm always happy to talk to people from all over the world.
And if any of my listeners are in the LA, even just California, Southwest area, and you want to attend this gala, it's going to be March 16th, 2020 at the Vibrato Grill in Los Angeles. And I'll include the website and all the information. And it's also I know it's on your Instagram page as well. So that's going to be a great event.
Great.
So.
Great. Yes. I totally recommend. It's a very, as you know, Vibrato is a very small place. So they should, definitely ever want to come, I must make it as soon as possible. The whole seating is 130 people, so it's going to be very tight, but very intimate.
It's and like I can't express to you enough. I tell people all the time because I live down in Redondo Beach, and I took my wife there for our anniversary dinner, and it was phenomenal. So
yeah,
the food, the music, the ambiance, the way it's set up, and then it's a beautiful place.
Herb is hands-on on everything, and even the music, the sound. He invests so much money in making sure that the sound is just impeccable,
Yeah, and you would think it would be down like on the strip or somewhere, but it's up in the hill. It's not what you would think.
It's not what you think. Yet it's a small place. Yeah, and it's packed every day.
Oh, and it's
Mondays they close.
The parking's great. It's easy to get in and out of, which you don't find down on Sunset. So.
Absolutely.
It'll be a great event. Yeah. All right.
So hopefully I'll see your fans down there.
Yeah. I'll push it as much as I can, Rafi.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the talk. I really appreciate it.
Likewise. Have a great week.
You too. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.